Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at the recent breakup of Barbie Forteza and Jak Roberto.
Oh, yeah.
And on the surface, it kind of seems like your typical celebrity split.
Yeah.
But we're going to be going through some Filipino news sources, and we're going to be uncovering a more complex story than what the headlines suggest.
Yep.
Their 7-year relationship had a lot more twists and turns than you might realize.
Yeah, that's what's so fascinating about this breakup is how it challenges our assumptions about celebrity relationships.
Yeah.
Especially in the age of social media.
Yeah.
You know? It really makes you think about how much is performance and how much is genuine.
You're totally right. And take, for example, Barbie's breakup announcement on Instagram. It was so mature and positive. She even quoted Dr. Seuss. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. She even praised Jak, saying things like, the happiest I had ever been, and his love was exceptional. But then she follows it up by saying that sometimes good things fall apart so that better things can come together. So is that just classy breakup etiquette? Or is that like a hint that things were maybe rocky for a while?
Yeah, that's the million peso question, isn't it? It speaks to a very deliberate effort to control the narrative even in heartbreak. Which brings us to this other interesting aspect of their relationship, and this is Jak's. Very carefully crafted anti-cello persona.
Oh, yeah.
For those who aren't familiar, cello means jealous. And Jak really cultivated this image of being incredibly chill and unbothered, especially when rumors started to swirl about Barbie's on-screen chemistry with her leading man, David Lukaku.
Yeah, the David Lukaku factor, we can't ignore that.
We can't.
But first, let's kind of rewind a bit.
Okay.
It's easy to forget that they were together for years before these David Lukaku rumors even started. They met on the set of the rom-com, Meant to Be, back in 2017.
Okay. And their connection was really evident right from the start. They even had these adorable nicknames, Money for Barbie and Pandizzle for Jak.
That's so cute.
And there's this one picture that went viral even before they confirmed that they were dating. It was this photo of them holding hands backstage. And it really was like watching a real-life fairy tale unfold.
Total kill. And then Cara Mia really solidified them as Jak be the power couple. But I'm kind of wondering, could this intensity early on be a sign of trouble brewing beneath the surface? Maybe they were kind of thrust into the spotlight too quickly and maybe skipped some crucial stages of really getting to know each other outside of the showbiz bubble.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I mean, early passion can be really intoxicating, but when you try to navigate a relationship under constant public scrutiny, it adds a whole other layer of complexity.
Yeah.
It forces you to perform a certain version of yourself, even if that doesn't align with reality.
So true. Okay, so let's fast forward to 2021. And this is when marriage rumors started circulating. Both Barbie and Jak emphasized that financial preparedness was more important than rushing into anything. Which, of course makes sense. But could this also be a hint at maybe misaligned timelines for their future together?
Absolutely. It suggests a level-headed approach, but potentially different priorities. And this is where Jak's anti-cello persona becomes even more intriguing. When Barbie and David's on-screen chemistry in Maria Clara et Ibarra sparked all those rumors, Jak really leaned into it. He was making jokes. He was sparking these memes about starting an anti-cello university.
It was brilliant. He deflected all the negativity with humor and came across as super secure and supportive.
Right.
But could this have been a calculated PR move? Or even more intriguing, a defense mechanism to mask some deeper insecurities?
It's fascinating how humor can be both a shield and a weapon. And, especially in Filipino culture, for men, there's this pressure to maintain this macho image and to avoid showing vulnerability.
Right. So Jak's anti-cello persona could have been a way to conform to those societal expectations while navigating his own complex emotions.
So was he genuinely unbothered by the rumors? Or was he suppressing those feelings to try and fit a certain mold?
It's like we're trying to decipher a secret code hidden in plain sight.
I know, it's so interesting. So we've got this fairy tale beginning, these hints of trouble beneath the surface, and then Jak's masterful use of humor to navigate this potentially tricky situation.
Yeah.
But how did Barbie react to all of this? Was she really as confident and secure as she appeared?
Well, there's this one quote from Barbie in 2023 that really stands out.
Okay.
She said that she never needed to reassure Jak because he completely trusted her. And she attributes that to his understanding of their profession. On the surface, it seems like a testament to their strong foundation.
Right.
But let's look a little closer.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. Because that same year, breakup rumors start swirling again.
Of course, they deny them. But was that denial genuine? Or was it a desperate attempt to maintain the facade? You have to remember that by this point, they'd already been together for 6 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time to invest in a relationship. It is, even if there are cracks starting to show.
And don't forget about the intense pressure of being a celebrity couple in the Philippines. Every move is scrutinized.
Yeah.
Every social media post is analyzed. It's a constant battle to maintain some privacy and to control the narrative.
So were they truly happy and stable during this period like they claimed? Or were they trying to convince themselves and the public that everything was fine? That's a great question that we're going to be looking at when we come back. Okay, so we left off with these persistent breakup rumors.
Yeah.
And Barbie's pretty intriguing statement about not needing to reassure Jak. It's almost as if she was preemptively addressing these potential insecurities, which makes you wonder if those insecurities were already there.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And it brings us to this this important question. Was Jak's anti-Salo persona truly
Yeah.
a sign of strength and security?
Right.
Or could it have been his way to avoid confrontation or having difficult conversations?
Yeah, it is easier to just kind of laugh off these rumors than to actually address the issues that they might.
Totally. And it brings us to 2024.
Okay.
Which is a pretty pivotal year in their relationship. Things start to get even more complicated.
Okay.
In June, more breakup rumors surface.
Yeah.
But this time, Jak's sister, Sonia Lopez,
Right.
steps in to defend them. And she insists that they're happy and supportive of each other's growth.
But is that the full story, though? I mean,
Yeah.
could there be this element of family loyalty at play? It's natural to want to protect your family.
Yeah, of course.
Even if that means maybe downplaying some problems.
Definitely something to think about. Sonia might genuinely believe that they were happy, or she could be trying to just shield them from public scrutiny. And this is where things get even more interesting, because that same month, Barbie stars in her first movie with, you guessed it,
Oh, no.
David Lukaku. That kind of love.
Okay.
Her career is skyrocketing at this point.
Okay.
But when asked about her relationship, she says, I am not looking anymore. I just want what I have now to last.
Wow. Okay, let's unpack that statement. I mean, it's very loaded, isn't it?
It is.
On the surface, it could sound like a declaration of commitment, but it could also be like this subconscious plea to hold on to something that's slipping away, almost like she's manifesting a happy ending by saying it out loud.
Exactly. It's like she's clinging to the past, to the familiar, rather than embracing what the future holds. And this fear of change is understandable. After 7 years together,
Yeah,
I mean, they built a life together.
they did.
They had this shared identity as Jackby.
Right. And remember, around this time, Jak starts attending these events solo.
Yeah.
And Barbie gets increasingly vague about their relationship status. So their actions seem to contradict their words. It creates this dissonance between their public image and their private reality.
And that dissonance is amplified even more when we look at their social media.
Okay.
In November, they celebrate their month Surasari with what seems like genuine affection. Jak posts a photo of Barbie with coffee. He captions it, Happy Month Sari Mahalko.
Ah,
And she replies, I love you.
that seems so real. You can almost feel the warmth and the intimacy in those like little exchanges. But then fast forward to a month later for Jak's 31st birthday.
Okay.
Barbie posts this like grand declaration of love and support. She's talking about how proud she is of all of his accomplishments. And it's almost like too much.
Yeah.
It's too intense. Could this have been a way to overcompensate for the growing distance between them?
It's a possibility. Yeah. Sometimes when relationships are struggling, couples might try to project an image of happiness
Right.
to the public, but also to themselves.
Yeah.
As a way to deny the reality of the situation.
So were they trying to convince themselves, or were they putting on the show for the fans? Like, we're watching this carefully choreographed dance, but we don't know if it's like a waltz of love or like a tango of heartbreak.
It's the beauty of this deep dive. We're peeling back all these layers, analyzing their every move, every statement, trying to understand all the complexities of this relationship.
Okay, so we have these mixed signals, these contradictory actions and words, and then something really interesting happens.
What's that?
Silence. After Jak's birthday, they go completely radio silent on social media.
Wow.
No more couple photos, no more public appearances together. It's like they retreated from the public eye to maybe have these difficult conversations and make tough decisions.
Is the calm before the storm. They're in those chalky waters behind closed doors, away from everyone watching. And then on January 2nd, Barbie drops the bombshell. They're breaking up.
It's almost anticlimactic in a way. After all of this drama and rumors and speculation, the announcement is delivered in the most mature, controlled way possible.
It really is a testament to their commitment to managing their own narrative.
Yeah.
Even in heartbreak, they chose to end things on their own terms, with dignity and grace.
But it does leave us wondering what happened during those silent weeks leading up to this announcement. I mean, were there attempts to reconcile, to kind of salvage the relationship? Or had they reached a point of no return? Had they just grown apart and their paths were diverging despite their shared history?
Those are questions we might never know the answers to. But what we can explore is what happens now. What happens in the aftermath of this very public breakup? How do they navigate their individual lives and careers after being so intertwined for so long?
That is the question. Stay tuned, because when we come back, we are going to delve into the next chapter of their story. A chapter marked by both heartbreak, but also the potential for new beginnings. Here we are at the end of an era. We've explored all the highs and lows, the public persona, the private struggles of Barbie and Jak's 7-year journey.
Yeah.
It's been a roller coaster ride, wouldn't you say?
It has been a roller coaster. And, we might not ever know all of the reasons behind their split. But I think we can still learn a lot from their journey, how resilient they've been, and their commitment to handling this whole thing with grace.
And even in the breakup announcement, Barbie expressed excitement for what the future holds for both of them. So it's like they're choosing to focus on the positive and the lessons that they learn rather than dwelling on the pain.
And that brings us to an important question for you, the listener. Is this focus on the positive approach always the best way to deal with heartbreak? Is there value in acknowledging that pain and allowing yourself to grieve in order to really move on?
It's so tempting to want to just push those negative emotions down. Put on a brave face. And pretend that everything's okay.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that could actually hinder the healing process.
It's the million peso question. And there's no right answer.
Yeah.
Some people find comfort in really expressing their emotions, while others prefer to process it all privately.
Right.
And sometimes it's a combination of both.
Yeah. Maybe it's about finding a balance, acknowledging that there is hurt, but also choosing to focus on the good times and the lessons learned and the potential for growth.
And remember, healing takes time. There's going to be ups and downs, moments of sadness and moments of clarity. It's a journey and not a destination.
And let's not forget about that added layer of complexity for Barbie and Jak. I mean, they are going through this heartbreak very publicly.
In the public eye.
Every move they make is going to be analyzed. Every social media post is going to be scrutinized.
But they both seem to have a really good support system.
They do.
They've got their families, their friends.
And they're both so talented and have these amazing careers. Barbie has movies lined up. Jak is always busy with different projects, so they're in a good place professionally.
Yeah, so maybe this breakup, as painful as it is, could end up being this catalyst for growth and reinvention. They now have this opportunity to rediscover themselves as individuals, to explore all these different creative avenues and write their own narratives, both personally and professionally.
It's like closing one chapter and starting a brand new one.
Exactly.
And who knows, maybe this isn't the end of their story. Maybe this is the beginning of a new kind of relationship, one that's based on mutual respect and admiration and support, even if it's not romantic.
Only time will tell.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to be watching.
We will.
And we're going to be here to analyze all the twists and turns along the way.
We went from a simple breakup headline to really understanding this long and complex relationship. And we uncovered all these layers of meaning and asked some thought-provoking questions.
And that's the power of a deep dive. Taking the time to go beyond the surface,
Right.
explore all the nuances, and find those really unexpected connections that make life so fascinating.
So until next time, dear listener, keep diving deep. And remember, even in the depths of heartbreak, there's always something to learn and something to grow from. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.